glimpses of it. But I just think you're better served if you know what you're looking for, so then you know what to avoid. Now, on the other side of it, he loves her so much. He would give her everything that he is. He has vowed to pledge his heart, his love, his time, and he will work so hard for her. He will get up every single day, even when he's tired, even when he's hurting, and he will go out and he will do whatever it is he has to do to take care of the woman that he loves. And now he's lucky enough for her to be with him, and they're together and they're in love. But all of a sudden it's changing. Now she has no time for him. Now he's not working hard enough. His job isn't good enough. He does not have enough ambition. He's not strong enough. He's not alpha male enough. He's not aggressive enough, or he's not sweet enough. He doesn't send enough flowers. He doesn't write enough poetry. But he never did any of those things in the beginning, so he's confused as to where is this coming from. Why is she looking at him differently when he's working just as hard? He's loving her the same. Why are they growing apart? Why is she leaving? He's never mean to her. He would never hurt her. He would never deceive her. He just wants to be around her. But now she has no time for him. She wants him to go be with his friends. She wants to go out with her girls. She's dressing differently now. She's dressing more provocative for situations that do not include him. All of a sudden, he's not enough. All of a sudden, she's too much. And all of a sudden, he's confused and does not know what to do. Now, I had a conversation with a few of my female friends and recently a coworker of mine about the whole concept of people not being able to stay past happy. So that's what inspired this episode of my podcast, because I wanted to talk about the fact that so many people go into boyfriend, girlfriend, long-term relationships, marriage, whatever it is, like looking to be with a person because of all the good things that they see in the person, all the good things that they envision. But the minute those good things change, or the minute the honeymoon phase ends, they're out. They're gone. They're ghosts. Deuces. It's like, bye, farewell. They just can't stay past the happy. So we're going to get into that. So many of us can't stay past the happy. We're going to dive into what that means. It's like this. We get married for the good things you see in a person. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying that there is, but what I'm saying is you can't, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, if you only get married for the good, what happens once the good subsides, or once it's not as good as it was, or once they're not as attractive as they used to be to you, once they're not as nice as they used to be? What happens when those flaws that they had from the very beginning, that you knew were there, that you ignored, or that you thought you could change? What happens when those are the things you see the majority of the time, on most days? How do you cope with that? Do you stay? And that's what my coworker was saying. She was saying that her girlfriends, most of them could not stay past happy. Once the relationship got real, and once the flowers and candy stopped coming, they left. once the sex was no longer every day, once your eyes weren't rolling to the back of your head. See, now that part I get, because look, this is what I'm saying. If it were me, I wouldn't stay past happy either. And when I say it, I'm not saying I won't stay past the honeymoon phase. I'm looking at it differently. I'm looking at it like I require my relationship to be one that is filled with passion. I want to look at you and be blown away. I don't want to look at you and be like, oh, okay, that's just the person I'm with. No, I want to feel fire. And if I no longer feel the fire of the passion that got me here in the first place, because that's me, like I said, I'm old school, then I either want to try to rekindle the fire or let's part ways and just be friends. That's just me. To show you what I mean when I say or when I talk about passion and what I require, like in a previous segment when I read the poem Pretenders, I also wrote a poem a few years ago entitled Passion that describes how I feel about the situation and what I need for me to be in a relationship with someone. So here it goes. Passion by Sean Cleveland. I won't love without passion, and I won't live unless I do it passionately. I would be shortchanging myself if I did not share an explosive love with someone who set my heart ablaze. You do that for me, and you always have, ever since that first glance that led to that first smile across that crowded room. I have burned for you, smoldered deep within my spirit because of you. And after that first kiss, during that first stolen moment, every inch of me has reacted chemically to the thought of you, to the smell of you, to the feel of your skin against mine. So again, I say out loud that I will not share love without sharing passion. And I will remain alone deep within my soul until the passion that is you is mine. A poem by Sean Cleveland. Now, what that poem is saying for me is that, from my perspective, no, I cannot stay past happy, because in order for me to be happy and be in a relationship and be with someone and stay there, there has to be happy there. It has to at least be 80-20, 70-30. You know, when I say that ratio, 20% of our existence is allowed to be turmoil or tough or difficult or hard or us at each other sometimes, you know, where we just disagree and we don't see eye to eye. That's okay, because we're individuals. Disagreements are going to happen. Lapses of communication are going to happen. But for me, I need at least 70-80% of the time where even if we disagree, we still communicate well, meaning that we agree to disagree. It's not harsh, it's not resentful, it's not hateful, it's not attacking, it's not catfighting, it's not lashing out at one another. Because to me that's unhealthy, and that's not happy. That would make me miserable. And if that were my situation, there's no way in the world I would stay past the happy. I require sanctuary or peace in my existence. I deserve that. We all do. So I say this to those people out there who stay in their relationships for their children, stay in their relationships because it's financially easier to stay as opposed to going, stay in their relationships because they don't want to start over, because starting over is hard and change is scary, and I'm too old now and I've been here too long and I've put in too much time and I've got too much history.